have to sell my current house before I buy my next one. Where do I start? This is a question I get all the time. Stay tuned and I'll give you 6 tips on how to sell your house while buying another. Hello, I'm Carol Bloom, a real estate relocation specialist with Move Us To Scottsdale and Keller Williams, a licensed realtor in California and Arizona. Do you remember when you bought your very first home? You were nervous about the home buying process, but you made it through. You got to closing day and all you had to do was worry about being a buyer. Now you want to move to your next home, but you have to worry about being both a buyer and a seller. And possibly you need the equity from your current home to purchase the next one. Now the stress is multiplied. Then add that you're an out-of-state move to a city you don't know, and that stress can almost be crippling. How do I know? Because I've been there and done that 9 times. Today, I'm going to do my best to help you when you're looking to sell your current house to purchase your next home. If you watch to the end of this video, I'll give you a free guide on 7 tips to a fast home sale. So let's get started. Tip number 1, understand your finances. There's a difference between needing to sell your current home to buying the next one versus wanting to sell your house before buying the next one. Of course, you don't want to pay 2 mortgages. Nobody does. But if you can technically qualify to purchase your next home without selling your other house, that is a different financial situation than those who have to sell their house in order to qualify for the next loan on their next house. If you are wanting to sell your house before you buy the next one, then you have a little bit more freedom when it comes to purchasing your home. You don't have to use the same contingencies that somebody would have to use who has to sell their house, and this gives you a leg up in negotiations, especially in a seller's market. Sellers in this type of market does not want to worry about whether your other house sells or not. They probably have other buyers that want to purchase their house that don't have a contingency. Now you can still sell your current house and use those proceeds. The difference is it's not contingent on selling your current home to buy the next one, and that's a big difference. So if you fall in the other category, you need to sell your house in order to qualify for the next one, you're certainly not alone. That's most buyers. However, what you need to understand that in order to protect your escrow deposit, your offer for the next house is going to be contingent on the sale of your current house. This is an additional contingency that not all buyers have. It's an extra hurdle in closing. And a lot of sellers would really prefer not to have to worry about that extra contingency from their buyer. A buyer that doesn't have another house to sell is much less risky. However, it's okay if your offer is the only one that the seller has and the terms of the offer are good, then most sellers will accept it. So don't worry. I do want you to know that it does get trickier in a multiple offer situations, so set your expectations accordingly. Okay, tip number 2. Don't put the cart before the horse. The cart in this scenario is your next house. The horse is your current house. If you can't buy that home without selling your current house, then you really need to focus on the current home sale. It's so easy for people to be overwhelmed that they want to be excited about the next city or the next home, but you spend tons of time focusing and researching online, which is great. I know that's probably why a lot of you are even watching this channel to begin with. However, in the beginning, the process, you really need to spend most of your time and energy focusing on the sale of your current house, because you can't move to that new city and buy that bigger house until you sell the house you're currently living in. And it's really important to spend the majority of your time focused on selling the house and making it ready to put on the market to sell. The things that you need to do is declutter and repair the items that need to be repaired. Get your agent involved in your current city to come over and give you advice on what you need to do to prep your house and do all those things. Since I'm a licensed realtor in California and Arizona, I'd be happy to give you some pointers on what buyers are looking for in today's market. Now, you might be surprised how time-consuming it might be to declutter, sometimes longer than what you think. So start now. Absolutely, go browsing online, looking for houses in your new city, watch videos of your new city, get excited of your move, but the priority has to be getting your house ready for sale so you can sell it quickly for top dollar. Okay, tip number 3. If you're moving to a new city and you need to find an agent in that city, the first step would be, to contact your agent in your city. Some people have their company moving them for a job transfer or a new hire, and you get assigned a relocation specialist to help you find your next home. Other people are just flying blind. If you're one of those people that does have a company move, please keep in mind you do have a say in that agent that they give you. And if you're having issues with that agent, make sure you call your relocation representative. They should be able to help you out. I've had many corporate moves in my career working for Pfizer Pharmaceuticals. And as we all know, not all agents are created equally. So you do need to do your due diligence. If you're moving yourself and now you have a local agent in your current city that you'd like, see if their brokerage offers a partnership program to your new city. Make sure the new city realtor is a neighborhood expert, not someone your local agent happened to find in a Facebook group. You need a relocation expert for a move of this magnitude. When you contact a realtor, be very specific about the things that are important to you and listen to the agent's feedback. The agent should be able to focus your online searches to areas that best fit your needs. The realtor should be able to put together a plan for your in-person visits, which is tip number 4, visiting with a purpose. If you have enough time before you move to take multiple trips to your new city, please take advantage of it. If you have the time, take your first trip to your new city. It should be an introduction trip, not a house hunting trip. Why not a house hunting trip? Because if you aren't a ready buyer, the house that you're seeing now are probably not going to be available when you are ready. However, touring neighborhoods, talking with builders, getting an overall feel for the city is really the best use of your time. And just remember that if you're talking to a new home builders and your agent is not with you, just let them know that you are working with an agent so it doesn't cause any problems down the road. Now, you can visit your new city as many times as you like, but your last visit will obviously be the home buying visit when you come for that one. Your current house should be under contract. And why does it have to be under contract? And that brings me to tip number 5, making offers. You know which neighborhood you want to live in. You've been keeping track of new homes coming on the market for sale. You know which houses are pending or under contract and which houses are sold. Most importantly, your current house is under contract and you're now a ready buyer. You're working with your real estate agent to find the perfect house. And remember that I said earlier about the contingency. Because you have to sell your house to buy the next one, there may be sellers that don't want that extra hurdle with the contingency, but try not to be offended by that. Most builders are totally fine with the contingency, so new construction is an option for you. If your current home that's under contract has already undergone home inspections and appraisals, then make sure you're letting the sellers and the listing agents know that, because that means you're further along in the process and your contingencies are less risky at this point. Don't be surprised if the listing agent in your new city wants to contact your agent in your old city to double check on the contract to make sure everything's moving smoothly. Tip number 6, navigating the move. Timing is super important when you're dealing with 2 escrows. I've always advised to make sure you have a fairly long escrow period on the sale of your current house, about 45 to 60 days, even a little bit longer if you can. You need that time to get to your new city, to find the house, to put it under contract, and have enough time to process your next loan. If you're going to have a moving company to move you, consult with them early and find out approximately how long will it take them to get from your current city to your new city. If it's a few days, then that gives you plenty of time to close your old house, pack up your car, drive to your new city, and then by then, the money will be posted and you can close on your new house. Hopefully, everything works out great and the moving truck will show up shortly thereafter. I do have clients that try to do back-to-back closing and they work. They're definitely doable, but they are very stressful because if there's any hiccup, and there's been times when the moving trucks have literally been sitting parked outside of a house and nowhere to unload. In summary, selling while buying is tricky, but it's definitely doable. Having an experienced agent to help you during the process is one of the keys to success. And also focusing on the sale before you focus on buying the new house. Once your house is ready, then you can get super excited about your new city and your new move. Remember, the more desirable your current house is, the more control you're going to have over the process of closing. You'll get a higher price, you'll be able to ask for a longer escrow period, and everything will go much smoother. As promised, click below in the description box to download your free 7 tips to a faster home sale. And if you're looking for something else to watch on my channel, check out my video, Buying a House Sight Unseen. Please like and subscribe to my channel. It really helps to share the videos to people like you who are looking to move. Happy house hunting. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Carol Bloom with Move Us to Scottsdale, and I'll see you at the next video.